My name's Ricky Knoll, and we are kicking off our Adventures in Prosperity program for the year, as Dr. Michael said. And as I was thinking about that, it came to me that this is a 40-day time period to celebrate the law of circulation. And as a community, we provide services, we get tithes and offerings and talent and time support, and then we're able to provide more services. So that's an example of this wonderful law of circulation, which I know each and every one of you is experiencing in your own life as well. And so as we celebrate this, we have 40 days to party. And we have the party's going to go on every week at these small groups that you can sign up for to uplift you and support you in your own prosperity program. And we have party favors. We have the Passport to Prosperity. We have the Abundance Book, which you can get at the bookstore. So avail yourselves to these wonderful, wonderful party favors for this time of celebration. And there's no better way to start this party than the gift of gratitude. Gratitude is the gift of being thankful in living an abundant life. Giving this gift becomes the prayer of the heart that opens your life to the riches contained in it. Gratitude is the door to the abundance of God and all of creation. Through its magical use, you begin to appreciate every wonder of your journey. And now I'd like to invite up one of our practitioners, Kim O'Connor, to share a few more words on gratitude. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me okay? Good morning. And Paul, I talked to Paul the other day, and he asked me if I would come up here and say a few words on gratitude. And gratitude, for me, has been very, very important in my life. It's probably the one thing that I want to do constantly. And every morning I write a gratitude list. And that kind of reminds me, keeps me grounded in knowing that God is my source. And so when I talked to Paul the other day, I Googled gratitude quotes. And something that I read I really loved, and it truly reminded me of this center, so I want to share it with you. It says, at times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. And when I read that, in some ways it also reminds me of knowing the truth for someone when sometimes we forget it. That's what it reminded me on one level. But it also reminded me of the family, of the community that we have here, and how much that I myself receive from all of you. And I think that often, because I might not say it with words, you might not realize how important you are to not just me, but to all of us. Whether it's just a hello, or it's a smile, or it's a wave, or it's just actually saying I appreciate you. And I have so much gratitude for this center. Tim and I moved here a year and a half ago. We didn't know anybody out here. I didn't realize that until we moved here. And and so I felt very alone because, you know, where I had lived before, I'd lived there my whole life, and it was a small town. I felt like I knew everybody. And coming here, it seemed like everybody knew each other. But what I can say is that I remember my very first time that Tim and I came, and David came up and said hello, and so did Virginia. And right away, I just started to feel a warmth. And that day, we heard Dr. Michael speak. And some of you, really quickly, go ahead and tell the story, but when Tim and I, we both like to do a lot of research. That means we think a lot. And so what happened is we wrote all of these churches down. We did internet searches of all the New Thought churches in the Coachella Valley. And there was a lot of them. And the very first week that we came, we went to one of the churches. It was nice, and we left, and we had a good feeling about it. The next week we came here, and the thought was we were going to try out each church. Every week we were going to do a church, and then we were going to move one out, and then the list would slowly get shorter, and then the remaining one would be our church. And week 2 we came here and we stayed. We didn't need to look any further. And that wasn't just because of Dr. Michael. It was also because of all of you and the sense of connectedness that we felt, the sense of community and a sense of family. And what I can tell you is that truly I have become very close with a couple of people here, a handful of people, and truly I can tell you there is no other place I'd rather be. So thank you.